from Sunderland.
Madam Deputy Speaker, it's a great pleasure to follow my good friend from Totnes, and I'm delighted to be speaking in this debate for two key reasons. First of all, it shows that the government does listen to backbenchers. We've fed feedback all the way through here. Some of us have some background in this very topic, and I'm greatly reassured that the Minister is here and is listening to what we're saying. And also, I happen to commend the bill for what it is. I'm very reassured that the conclusions of the Telecoms Supply Chain Review in 2019 are being met. And as the world recovers and recalibrates after COVID, this is a great opportunity for the UK to take this initiative and to become a world leader in another piece of vital technology. So I will be supporting firmly the government in this. As our defence and national security become ever more online, it's never been more important to secure our lines of communication. And with £16.5 billion extra in the budget for the MOD alone, it's really important that the defence sector takes advantage of this, not least in this cyber sphere. Indeed, we've heard today about the strategic independence imperative, and I firmly welcome that. So I believe that the bill will do three things. It will allow for better security, absolutely important. It will placate our allies, notably in the Five Eyes community, and why not Japan as well? And there's a neat link there with the NEC trial in Wales that's coming up. And it also opens the door for other 5G providers. Hence, I do support the UK's diversification strategy. As we've heard, clauses 1 to 14 introduce a more robust telecoms security framework. The bill enables more specific security prerequisites to be set out in secondary legislation, and it also gives telecoms operator and regulator Ofcom more power to monitor and enforce industry compliance. Clauses 15 to 23 give new national security powers for the government to manage high risks posed by the high-risk vendors, and we've heard much about that today. So it does give the government new powers, rightly so. And again, we should note that on the 14th of July, the Minister, Oliver Dowden, announced that from the end of this year, telecoms operators must not buy any 5G equipment from Huawei, with a timetable for removal of all Huawei equipment from our 5G network by 2027. There's also a new cut-off date announced as well, with September 2021 as the new cut-off date for new Huawei equipment in the UK. But what about the wider requirements of the bill? And this is really important, so I would urge the Minister to take note. Firstly, industry must be given sufficient time to comply with telecom security requirements, TSRs, and deadlines must be realistic. The government, as we've heard, has settled on 2027 as the date by which high-risk vendor equipment is to be removed, and this time frame must be left as it is. It reflects the complexity of the task, and slippage will not be welcomed. I also support the government's initial commitment to promote diversification and resilience in supply chain, backed by the initial £250 million from the spending review. This is probably just the start, actually, and it may need more funding. And I welcome, as I mentioned, the forthcoming trial in Wales with NEC and our Japanese friends. I mentioned Vodafone very quickly. Vodafone has called for greater investment in Open RAN. And of course, Vodafone has been a key contributor to Open RAN. This would reduce UK reliance on mobile network vendors and allow the UK to develop domestic vendors at scale and benefit consumers through greater price competition. This is to be welcomed. And again, it's clear that the more 5G providers there are, the better for everyone. And again, as we've heard, the most sensitive core parts of our 5G network must be free of Huawei equipment and must remain so. Lastly, Madam Deputy Speaker, upgrading the UK's mobile infrastructure to 5G could be worth as much as £158 billion over the next 10 years. It will also keep us safe. Surely this is worth investing in. So the Telecoms Bill, in my view, is absolutely a step in the right direction, and I support it. Thank you.
Yeah. Sir John Hayes.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. The government has acknowledged the need to protect critical communication infrastructure is welcome, particularly so given that it comes on the heels of the National Security and Investment Bill.